Hi, my name is Jennifer Main Overturf, and today we are going to look at the strategic plan for JB Hunt, specifically the solutions team at JB Hunt. Now, their job is to specifically go into different customers that already utilize JB Hunt's published business with trailers, and they go into that customer's bid site and go and look for any loads that might be on the bid board, meaning that these loads either are a random load that is not published with any company, or maybe a different company, transportation company, failed that load one too many times and they have taken that load away from that company, and it's now on this bid site for any transportation company to go in and bid on. Now, this is a very important process because the team has to make sure that they know all of our where trailers are in our entire network for the United States and know how to rate all of these loads. So this is a pretty efficient job. The team has to know all of these ins and outs to be able to make sure that they are making money for the company. There's a total of 6 stakeholders for this project. Ty Watson is the senior manager of the solutions team, so he has had a major part in this. Ryan is a senior equipment manager. Lainey is the regional equipment manager too, so she is very knowledgeable. She also does a lot of the trainings for the team. Jimmy is also at the same level as Lainey. Nate and Jacob are both just regional equipment manager 1, so they've been in this role for a little less than a year. Now, some of the current technology that this team already utilizes is bid sites. So this is an example of what a bid site would look like for a specific customer, and Home Depot is the customer for this one. So they're going to use the bid site that's located on Manhattan, and what the team will do is they'll look and see that this is McAllen, Texas to Florida, and then if they want to place a bid on this, they would actually click on these letters or these numbers right here. That would be the ship ID, and it'll take them into another screen. They would put their rate at that total rate and then actually change that carrier code. Now, when they hit accept, that does not mean that we won that load. That just means that our price has now gone into that system and they can see which company wins. And so the way to know if you win that is you go into the awarded section and see if you won that way. Here's another example of a bid site. This is through Transplace or Uber Freight. They also have a ton of customers that utilize their system to get on the bid site. Another current technology is Enterprise Spot. So this is actually how the team will determine the rate for the load. And what they would do is they would put the shipping at the shipper city and state and the receiver city and state, and then they will hit get price. When you hit get price, you're going to come to this screen. And what you're going to see is all of this right here. And what we look at is this 1844 right here. The number below that is for reefer, so refrigerated, so we would stay away from that one. When you click on this 1844, you'll actually see all of this pop up. So recommended would be 1844. That is what currently we're showing how much you would pay a driver to run that load. If you take fuel out of that, you'd be around 1253. So what the team then has to decide is if they need to be more aggressive and lower that rate or add margin to it because of maybe the market that it's in. Then they're going to look at trailers. So there's 2 ways to look at trailers. This way is through our 360 platform that JB Hunt already utilizes. And right here, if we put the Ohio market, you'll actually see we're sitting at about +8 trailers right now for this specific day that can be utilized in this market. If we look at this screen, this is another method of looking at our trailers. So there's 2 to 3 methods to look at trailers at JB Hunt currently that are being utilized. Again, if we're looking in the Ohio market, what this is showing is a Power BI. It's showing the last 6-week average and the current week average. So it looks at how many loads are being booked in per day, comparing inbound to outbound. And so if you look at this last week that we just had, we were at -14, meaning we were sending more loads out of this market than into the market. And next week, we're doing okay so far. We'll see how that continues to play out. So the vision, the technology vision, the needs for this team is really to combine all components of technology and put it into one area so that all customers are on one bid site. The team isn't having to go search through different bid sites anymore. All that spot data would be in one spot. So essentially, if you are looking at one load, if you have it pulled up, it would show how much that DAT PTE is showing it should be running for. And then also that trailer information pull in as well into that market. How many trailers are in that market compared to at the destination? Is this a good move for us in the network or is it not? Because then if it's not a good move, the team needs to add margin to it so that we aren't losing money when that trailer drops somewhere that's not desirable. So all of this is our needs, our vision, just to have it all together. Now, the way that we came up with this was through the interview process. We had a group interview with all the stakeholders, their family, so it was easy to just have them all talk out loud. We also did a SWOT analysis to have them think about the goods and the bads, what could happen if we were to build this versus how our competitors look at us. Also, a survey was done, and that was done individually, so people did feel like they could say how they were liking some of the old systems, if they were against this new idea, and all of that. But what we came to the conclusion of is that we need one bid site that will make for better efficiency for the team. They may not make as many mistakes if they have everything in one place. And then also more time to shadow. The team doesn't have any time right now to go and network with others, go talk to all their other counterparts. So the operations team that talks to the drivers running these loads, they're not having time to go talk to the trailer team who is trying to track down all these trailers for operations to have, so the drivers have trailers to use. They aren't going and sitting with this customer experience team who books all the loads, makes all the appointments, and talks to the customer every day. So if the team has all this time, then they'll be more efficient and have time to go see everyone else and what their job is. Now, the software technology will be through the 360 platform that JB Hunt already has. This is a snippet of just some of the software that is in this platform. You'll see maintenance, so you can actually do a trailer repair request here. You can actually go into booking loads right here. All you gotta do is click on that and it takes you right to how you book a load in. Match right here, this is actually how operations is able to utilize their software. They can just go click right here. If we build our bid site within the 360 platform, then it's easy to use for any single person at JB Hunt. Now, for staff development and maintenance, there'll be weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly meetings, just depending on how the teams are feeling, trainings, and then also the beta program will work strictly with this beta program, make sure everyone knows how to use this system before it is launched, and make sure everyone has been trained properly. Finances, there's a $450,000 budget for a new hire in the IT department, new computer, mouse, keyboards if necessary, and then purchasing of that beta software. Then our timeline is on a 3-year plan. The first 6 months is really working with the stakeholders and making sure we have the vision correct, the needs, if we need to add anything to the needs. The second 6 months of that first year is really working with the IT department, making sure that everything is set in stone with them. If they have any questions about what is really needed, just making sure that that open communication is there and that the IT department knows what the vision is. The January 2024 through June 2024 is just strictly training on what has already been built with the IT department. 2024 of June to December 2024 is working with portions of that software that has already been created for the bid site. And then in January 2024 through June 2025, is using that beta software, making any updates that are necessary, making sure that team is working through practicing how to use that software. And then, of course, we're going to launch that in the last 6 months. And then any technical issues arise, we're going to work through because there's been a great communication with the IT department. It'll just be a smooth, hopefully easy process for any issues that may arise. Thank you.